Now that whole me versus Cell thing is done, I gotta set back coordinates to ECW Coalition headquarters. I promised Axo to play the new chapter with him. Juno didn't exactly tell me what the safe house is, but I know one thing for sure. This ain't her ship. For one thing, the emptiness is probably gonna kill me here if I stay any longer.
I better not have a rat infestation again.
Fuck.
Oh. Wait, who are you?
Hold on, don't be alarmed. How the fuck do I explain this? So basically, and that's why Juno said to come here. I genuinely thought this was a safe house of some kind. Like, I thought it was abandoned. Like, I didn't know anyone lived here. I didn't... Oh, you're her sister.
Huh, that completely explains why Juno hasn't came back in a while. But why are you here of all places?
I don't know, some review bullshit with ECW. Not like the faction I'm in. Like, the guy running this channel and voicing me right now. Yeah. Review bullshit. Don't blame me, I'm just the messenger here.
Review bullshit? Am I dreaming, or is there something wrong with reality? Humans should be extinct, yet I see one right after I.
Xena, I wish you made it possible for my head to not hurt in this metal coffin.
No fucking way. When I heard artistic representation of what Marwin might look like, I didn't think it would actually be poorly drawn. And fuck it.
Also, who the fuck is this?
My name is Barrage of Shadow Company. Nice to meet you. I'm a field medic. And you are?
My name is Marwin, and this is my Protogen engineer.
So this is what one of those reviews feels like. And I wish I took ECW's place right now. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of weirded out by this whole big-titted women thing, and can I have a moment, please? As I have stated in my weirdest sequel review, I plan on reviewing every game that plans to come out in this series, which means this one and the threequel. Spoiler warning for the first two games, as I will be mentioning things that haven't been showcased in the reviews. The first two games focus on Juno, but the second one introduces us to Xena, her sister, a mechanic protogen who is good at her job from what we hear from Juno. I think a spin-off like this is cool since, you get to learn about a side character. The game starts off with us as a new character, one who wakes up in a field of darkness unable to feel his body. Suddenly, a voice counts down from 6, leaving us very confused. When our character speaks, his name is revealed to be Marwin. He fears what may come with the countdown, and it is revealed we are being revived. We're in a coma of sorts. Barty, a companion of ours, was trying to revive us as they're forced into evacuating or something. Another figure Marwin doesn't recognize is telling Barty to be patient. Marwin then soon recognizes this person to be the very same Xena that this game is about. As we hear the countdown again, Marwin feels ill. Two figures discuss how to bring you back, one of them referring to the other as their child as you lay in the darkness. Marwin wakes up again, this time feeling consciousness, but not anything in his body. He asks where he is. Xena says not to panic. Marwin recounts Xena as a friend, maybe a friend with benefits, but that's neither here nor there, as they vacationed together a few times. Whenever he had off time, he'd visit Xena. Unfortunately, they fought, and it broke them off from one another. Starts going over certain scenarios that might have happened, one being that he got smashed and visited Xena for reasons, and then got into an alcohol-induced coma. Explains that protogenes and protogens, yes, there are two variants of one another to explain the inebriation coma. Protogenes are way more resistant to liquor and cannot reproduce. Meanwhile, protogens are biological, so they can get drunk and stuff, but I'm assuming they're the cheaper model. Marwin thinks Xena is pissed at him for breaking in unannounced, being put in the dark place as a call sitter. Juno makes a cameo and asks if Xena is sure that she can do the operation. Marwin thinks of Juno as being naive. To recap, at the end of My Furry Protogen 2, it is revealed that Xena and Juno are prototypes, and Juno was rejected from regular society. Marwin's really shit-talking Juno, like, bro, she's just one person, what are you gonna do? Marwin and his squad mates are revealed to have traveled to the other side of the My Furry Protogen universe. Why am I fucking saying this like this is Marvel?
Where he enlisted in Military Sun Frontier.
Basically a mercenary group from Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. They plundered cargo while fighting enemy pirate factions. The hangover scenario is immediately thrown out the window as he realizes Juno being there might actually mean something worse. Xena reveals that it's do or die on this operation, and Marwin gets reasonably panicked. Juno's worried about Marwin. Marwin tells Juno to fuck off, apparently, because that's dice.
I mean, yeah, sure, the most naive person is is in the room, but you don't have to be an ass to them. You know, they care about you. They don't like what you do as a profession, since you're a mercenary and all that. But you know, you could at least show some damn respect to the one person who's trying to bring you back. The two people.
Yeah, really golden characters are protagonists. And Xena reveals his mercenary background for being really explainable for the state he's in. Test results came in, good news, your brain survived. Everything else?
Fucked.
Where this takes place in the timeline, from what I've gathered, is while you waited in the jet in My Furry Protogen 2, after carrying all that stuff, Marwin was fucking dying. So I'm assuming you were just... If Juno didn't make you carry all that stuff, you would have been like, holy shit, that guy's dead on a table! After a few moments, you are greeted with a light. Marwin has a venom snake moment and realizes his eyes aren't there and is not feeling pain. I said venom snake moment because it's literally like the opening to Metal Gear Solid 5 where he loses his arm and he can't feel it. Marwin is in Xena's underground lab, somewhere he hasn't been. Xena yells out to Marwin, then backpedals, realizing his senses are still being taken into effect. Xena appears before us, smiling as if she's happy that Marwin is safe. Marwin asks where he is, and Xena answers with her lab. He then asks what the hell happened, and Xena loses the emotion she had for a split second before smiling and saying not to worry about anything. Obviously, Marwin doesn't want to hear all that, so he asks why he feels numb everywhere, to which Xena shook her head with a sudden
expression that you are fine, nothing to worry about, and that you might want to look in a mirror, because, she messed up your haircut.
Marwin gets up feeling lighter than air. That's gotta be a horrible feeling. Marwin looks into the mirror. He has been cyberized. He absolutely cannot handle what he become in. Hold a minute. This feels like I'm playing the Phantom Pain. Mercenary enters a coma, starts physically getting upset as his body is distorted from what he had before. Marwin tries to cry. He cannot. When Xena makes him come to, he punches the mirror, Big Boss style. Yeah, I got that spoiled for me, by the way. I'm halfway through the fucking game. I saw the clip of fucking Venom Snake punching the mirror. Xena tells us that we'll get used to it. And I'm sorry, Xena, but losing a limb, while fucking cool when you get a rocket arm, messes with your brain to the point where it drives someone to end it. Marwin thinks this is a cruel prank, asking for his body back. Xena rightfully gets pissed at Marwin when this was all she could do, as she tries to narrow down the situation. Xena puts him on the right path. Marwin received a contract to take out the pirates
On a mining colony.
Orders were to eliminate said pirates, but
shit obviously hit the fan, as, you know, expected.
And blew up the colony, leaving you and your squad a victim in its crossfire. Except for Vardy, who saved you. Xena tries to brighten you up, but you're obviously filled with guilt. Suddenly, Cypher and XOF
Oh
forces
shit, it's the
assault the
bad
lap
guys
jumps.
from MGS5.
I'm
Time
fucking
to light
kidding.
bitches up. Oh fuck my ovary.
Marwin, in a fit of rage, shatters the mirror even further, getting mad at his situation. Just as the doctor sedated Venom Snake in the Phantom Pain, Xena powers him off to prevent him from breaking more shit. Marwin curses Xena, which, dude, I don't understand. I would have done the same in your situation, but I'm certain she needed to shut you off. It's not her fault you died. She offers to test out your new body. And before that one guy comes back in here, no more NSFW patches. I'm done. I'm pretty sure the NSFW files are on a file resource somewhere. I'm not giving you fuel. You can go there and whack your PP. Or wants to see if we can do basic tasks. After a while, Marwin sits down and Xena reassures him that things will be alright. Wants to know how long he'll have to endure this, but the answer is indefinite. Body transplants are relatively new, and Marwin's having a RoboCop reboot moment.
Okay. If I'm in control, then I want to die.
Marwin asks about Vardy. Unfortunately, as a sole survivor, the PMC was punished heavily and lost morale, which made Vardy go under the radar. Marwin's outer heaven was taken from under his feet. He wasn't having it. He lost his Kaz Miller, his PMC, his base, everything. Xena was standing in front of Marwin while he was grieving, and Marwin allows her to stay while he grieves. He wishes Xena would have pulled the plug, but asks Xena not to leave him. The next few days are filled with grieving, wondering how he could have turned the situation around, visiting his lost comrades. However, the next day after those days of grieving, Marwin breaks the grieving. Marwin takes this as a sign to get out. He finds Xena working on a machine. He recounts his encounters with Xena before Xena stops working and checks in on us and puts us to work. And she hands us a bolt and we feel pain. It's warm, but since Marwin is getting his senses back, it's piping hot. Marwin attempts to do his job, but fails as he is getting used to his newfound strength. However, since he's not strong enough, he's forced to take out the trash. Over the next few days, Marwin and Xena do minor work over the facility. Until Marwin and Xena get into an argument, and Xena calls Marwin an ass. Swearing is rare in these games. You'll get a hell or two. But to see someone call a character an ass made me chuckle my ass off. Ass. Marwin is irritated that he has to live life this way. I would be too. He could be a mercenary, for he could never stay in one place. Where could he go? His faction Kogar was now defunct. He's considered KIA. On the bright side, rekindling a broken relationship with Xena is improving his mental state. The next morning, Xena was excited. Marwin asks what's got her giddy if she got him horns. Xena says he'll get some if he continues being an ass. Marwin says he's all ears, and then Xena explains and gives him a purple...
Oh, that little controller, baby, that looks like a dildo. I ain't trying to play my games with no dildo.
Look, I had to download the patch in order to understand what was going on. I hope you understand. What was I talking about? Anyways, the worst part is that the marital aid has a suction cup. The best part? None, but I'd assume it's Bluetooth compatible. So all he has to do is Bluetooth connect it. Too long didn't read. Purple secret weapon in the cop's bathroom in GTA San Andreas was given to Marwin. Also, they play Wii Sports Resort. The next morning after that, Xena wants to get supplies from a bazaar. This is where I ended off. We got to as far as one of the promo pictures shown, and I just want to say, I thought the dialogue, though it seems like the beginning was a reimagined version of Metal Gear Solid 5's The Phantom Pain's opening cutscene, was actually pretty well written. You can obviously tell the difference between Marwyn and the player character from the mainline games. Marwyn is more pessimistic in age, while the player is more filled with wonder and intrigue. Zod, as always, has done a good job with the backgrounds and artwork. And they have an Instagram page that is run by Juno on Instagram. Or at least I think it's official. I stumbled upon it. It turns out Juno has a fansly. As I figured out, it's like an OnlyFans. Part of me wants to sub to it,
You know, like as a joke.
and the other part has seen I've included Juno too much as a character to the point where it seems like I own her. For full clarification, I do not own Juno. I just really like the orange and white color scheme and Protogens. So shout out to the actual owner, who actually has more subs than me. The actual owner of My Furry Protogen, Rail the Protogen. His clips, from what I've seen, are funny, but the furry thing isn't for everyone, so I'd understand if you didn't check them out. Then again, why are you checking out a game that's about, like, Protogens and shit, if you're not a furry? Wait, shit, I self-reported, didn't I? The one issue I had was with the gameplay. I had no clue what happened when it transitioned from him receiving a body part to Xena's waking him up all of a sudden to go to the bazaar. The NSFW patch fixes this. I don't play a game for the naughty bits. I'm not that guy who plays Fallout 4 and scrolls through Nexus mods looking for the next titty mod. If I wanted to, there's a gallery. I could extract the games for that. But a game has to have its selling point. Music, as always, is really plot enhancing and sounds good on its own, being MIDI music. This isn't contending with other video games like Worms Armageddon, what Fortnite is able to put out on an original orchestra track. Overall, this game doesn't disappoint, but it's really confusing without the NSFW patch. And I hate to remove points, but if I can't understand what's going on without an optional DLC, it leaves less to the experience, so 8 out of 10 overall.
Just to clarify, what I meant is, if I can't understand what's going on and I have to download a DLC, that kind of takes less away from the gameplay experience. Well, thanks for having me here. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you for spending time with us. We'll hope you'll visit sometime in the future.
Yeah, I'll miss you. I hate to admit it, but Marwyn feels faker since the incident.
Don't you dare say that to me, Xena. It's not like I chose to die on a colony in the middle of buttfuck nowhere.
Oh, don't you fucking
This is how
start.
my parents got
You were
divorced.
still the one who left me while I was
I'm
trying to
gonna
make
take my leave
something
now.
great. You said you couldn't stay in one place and now look where you are. In a machine I made to save your ass.
The Cling of Death. No, I'm not doing it on purpose. What do you mean? The starfish.